Hello everyone. Can you see me or hear me if anyone is there? Let me share this around. Oh, I am indeed live. I can see that now. Amazing. Technology. Sharing on Discord. Settings. Hmm. Viewers. Health. Stream health is good. It says one is watching, but I think that's just me. Oh, is anyone here? Are we getting viewers? People in the chat, can you hear me? Are there people in the chat? I see 3 people. Once we have enough people participating, we can start. Or maybe I should just... Actually, maybe I should just go about the ship. I can... Let me actually check to see if my audio is good. Apologies. Oh, you can hear me. Oh, hey, Silicons. Silicons. Okay, we are good to go. Let's see, where should we start? We should start... Also, by the way, there's no audio from the game. Well, there is audio on the main menu, but there's no audio in the game itself, so I just have it muted. So, that's good. Okay. Let's start with the... You know, this will be a test for my setup. First class. Amazing. Oh, hey, I'm not so sleepy. Oh, I'm so not sleepy. It's going good. Oh, and this is a new thing in case anyone doesn't know. Load times, which I think is kind of a controversial addition to this update, I think, but I think it's alright because most games have low levels. Like I think of when I think of video games that have loading zones is like the Fallout games have tons of them outside of the open world, and they work fine. Like for an isolated ship, actually, for an isolated ship that is known heavily for a class system that keeps people separate, I think dividing it like this is actually like really clever of them. Just like yeah, it is kind of like Portal. Okay, actually, where are we? Let's start with B51. B51. I believe this is the Strauss's room, if I'm not mistaken. See, and they have their private promenade in their little room. What is this? Did the Strausses stay in this room? I'm actually not sure. I know because I know there are the two suites. There's this one. Well, there's one that the Strausses stayed in, and then there's one that it's been kind of debated who stayed in there. Some people say Ismay stayed in the other one, and some say it was intended for J.P. Morgan, and then like it was vacant, so they could. So that was the reasoning why they had Rose and Cal stay in there in the Cameron film. In fact, while we are here, let's pretend we are having our breakfast with our abusive fiance, and he is and he has just discovered our infidelity, and he's angry at us. So that's what happened there. Silicon's new glitch where you can explore the whole engine room. Actually, I have not heard about that. Although, if you would like to explain it in the chat, and I might try that out in a little bit, go ahead. I actually have barely. I tested it just to see if it would run well on my computer. But otherwise, I've barely like explored fully. So actually, so we are B deck. Actually, let's try the other suite. There's two, I want to say. Yes. No. This is just a regular. This is just a regular cabin. I want to say because it B52, 54, 56 is the is it? No, this I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Where are we? Okay. Okay. Well, this is just a suite. Oh, not a suite. This is a regular cabin. Not a regular cabin. It's a very nice cabin. Actually, I think I've seen pictures of this one. Very nice. Although I will say these this might just be my graphics, but these cushions or these blankets don't look very comforting. Oh, but we do. Oh, yeah, right. These are the cabins that don't have portholes. They have the actual windows. Yeah, it's a bed. Oh, man. I can't wait to go to sleep on my bedrock blanket. Ugh. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Okay, so let me actually try to find the other suite. This is... Are they just on this side? No, okay, this is just the other one. Hold on. That was B52. Okay. B54. B56. Hold on. Oh wait. Oh wait. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, you have to access it through here, but through here, but of course, the actual cabin itself is inaccessible. But this, I believe, is the one from the movie that Rose and Cal occupy in the movie. Okay. Let's. Should we go up or down? Oh wait. So we are in. This is the. Oh yeah, this is the aft grand staircase. Okay, actually, I think this is the aft. Or is this? No, I'm wrong. This is forward. Okay. Actually, we'll find that out when we go up to A deck and we get Skadoosh. Honor and glory crowning time. Actually, it's funny. Like, I when I saw the Cameron film in theaters again recently, I'd forgotten that Jack gives her the note to like meet me at the clock. So of course he's waiting here, but it didn't dawn on me until then, because like in the game Titanic Adventure Out of Time, it's like there's a whole thing of meet me where honor and glory crown time. So it's so funny to me that like two pieces of Titanic media focus around meeting someone at the clock, but of course Trask is so much more mysterious about it, whereas Leo just says, meet me at the clock. Second, I have my tea. Very British of me to have tea. Oh, and that's steeped just right. Okay. It's like a mill pond. Actually, let's see here. So now we're on A deck. Actually, I don't recall seeing this painting in any of the other demos. You'll have to correct me on this if anyone in the chat wants to write. But I don't know I've never even seen any photos of this. Like, because I've always kind of been under the impression that it was like all wood. And then of course there was the infamous like Britannic photo edits that replace honor and glory with a painting, and everyone's like, oh my god, they covered up the clock, but then it would have kept the clock for Britannic. You can see that in Britannic Patroness of the Mediterranean, available on Steam. Not an ad, but could be. Not gonna. I swear I'm not a shill for those sarcasm mode. By the way, tremendous respect for the honor and glory developers, but people like to say that they are scamming people when they aren't. So I just like joking about that. Anyway, new. I believe this is a new space, just forward of the grand staircase. I don't actually know what this room is. It looks like generators, but of some description. Don't know for certain. And I believe, let me see, if I cut across here, this doesn't take you anywhere, does it? No, these doors don't work. Okay. So the way to the officers' quarters is through this plain wooden door. Oh, there's the elevator gears. Well, thank you, Silkins. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. That those would be up here, and then yeah, that's right. Because then the elevators are right here. Yeah, and of course, the elevators do not go to boat deck, as many Titanic recreations often depict on the elevator dials. But now to the officers' quarters we go. Okay. Oh yes. Here is the expansion joint. Because there are two. I'll go into in a minute. Marconi room. Yeah, this is the forward expansion joint, so that the ship can move freely. Well, can bob up and down freely during stormy weather and not like break apart under the strain. Okay, where are we now? We are in the Marconi room. And these are the pneumatic tubes that I believe went straight down to the purser's office. We can go check that if they have the other end of these down there in a minute. Because then these here, oh, they have a zoom function. Amazing. They have this is why they would get the messages sent to them in these little tubes. Well, not tubes, canisters. They're sent through the tubes. Actually, and this is a common error in many Titanic films because in so many of them, oh hey, Stormy Blitz. So many of them have the wireless operators either receive like the messages direct from the passengers, which would be like a huge no-no. Like they are not allowed to talk to the passengers or interact with them in any way. So, and also sometimes, and I'm not actually sure if this is, because this could have been true, sometimes they depict the pursers going up to them, like delivering the messages personally, which like, I think, like could have happened, but I don't know, it could have happened, and we just don't know, because like, it could have gone to the point where like, oh, we have so many messages, like, sending it through the pneumatic tube is not going to, it's just going to keep piling up in this, in the basket here, so it's better for them to just hold whatever they can at the person's office and not deliver them until, like, absolutely necessary. That's my stupid armchair, not a historian, not a speculation. And yes, silicons, that is an interesting theory I've heard, is that they got sucked up, the water got sucked up through the tubes during the sinking because Bride allegedly testified. I don't think he testified to it at the inquiry, but I think it might have been a newspaper interview, which is a whole other can of worms. But he testified. He said at one point or another, words attributed to Harold Bride stipulated that water was rushing into the room as they left, which might have been a newspaper man exaggerating the story as, like, after he had gotten the interview. Or it could have been true. Like, for all we know, water was pouring out of these tubes, and that's what drove them out of the room. Unless Phillips... Then again, Phillips could have... I could totally imagine him sitting here, water's pouring across the desk, and he's like, no, I can still do it, Harold. I can still send these messages. And, of course, actually, if there was water coming through the pipes, then everything would have been short-circuiting. It's electricity, but, eh. And then here's the silent room. I believe... Oh, this is actually really nice. All of the, yeah, all the necessary positions that everything should be at. I don't know what Henry means, but might be Hertz. I don't know. Yeah, this is the transmitter, I believe, and Stormy might. Oh, I'll answer your question in a second. Let me just explain this for a second. This is the wireless transmitter, and this, I don't know how far they got to it before they ran into complications, but this is what they planned to bring up from the wreck a few years ago to rescue the... Oh, Henry's inductance. Thank you. I'm so not sleepy. They plan to bring this up, but I don't think the expedition's gone off the ground yet, or maybe it has and I haven't heard anything. And also they had all the pictures of Olympic have this panel on the other side of the wall. And of course, Titanic's wireless room was only captured, like, from this point of view. So it wasn't until they went into the wreck that they actually discovered that no, this panel was moving into here, the silent room where all the equipment is, that they knew where it was, essentially. My favorite room on the ship, actually, Silicon Statue, that I do know about that controversy, so thanks for answering that. That does make sense why that hasn't been done, because, like, bringing up little things is okay, but, like, this is a structural element. Like, like, the big piece was a whole ordeal, but, like, that was a piece of the ship. This is a piece of a room. Anyway, to answer your question, Stormy, my favorite room of the ship, honestly, and we'll get to it in a second. Well, not a second. I'm kind of doing the tour piecemeal here. My favorite room is the restaurant reception on B deck at the landing of the aft grand staircase, because it's so nice and cozy, and in all the other Olympic class ships, that room, that restaurant reception is not at the grand staircase. If you look at the deck plans for Olympic and the plans for Britannic, they were going to put the they were going to put the restaurant reception in a separate room, or they did in an Olympics case, and it's not at the landing of the grand staircase, which I think is a big mistake, because I'll talk to it when we get to the actually we'll move on with the tour, but I'll save that for when we get to the B deck reception. And also, you can see here, they have a skylight. Yes, the wireless operators had a skylight. And I'm actually not entirely sure how they would have closed it if, in any case. Also, here's something I've always wondered about. Did between Bride and Phillips, who got top bunk? That's what I want to know. Like to quote Jack Dawson, who says you get to have top bunk? Because they were guys. Like, they went to, I'm pretty sure they went to Marconi school together. Like, they would have been oh, come on, I get top. But, like, I feel like that's a sort of thing that would have been around in 1912. That kind of brotherly arguing, like, even if you were just co-workers who weren't even employed by the White Star Line. But anyway, okay, where are we actually? Oh, okay. Still in the officers' quarters. Okay, that's outside. We aren't going to go there yet. Oh, but then, the bridge. The bridge. You can just feel the compass. Not feel like that. Why did I say that? No. Because, actually, I'm kind of... Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the chat. This is the bridge that they used most of the time. Oh, hey, Roblox. And then, correct me if I'm wrong on this. This one is used mostly for, like, navigation when you're in port, or when you're coming in and out of port. Because I believe, again, not a historian, not a naval architect, not anything. I just like Titanic. Because these have different purposes. This one, for example, is connected to the docking bridge. Oh, thank you. I'm not sleepy. I'm assuming you're answering my question. I'm so not sleepy. That this is only used for navigation. That one is used, the primary one, which does seem a little odd. Well, actually, no, it does actually make sense, because when you're in here, you want to see the full scale of the ship. And then in here is, when all you really care about, when you're at open sea, all you really care about is having the compass in front of you and being on course. And then the lookouts are the ones caring about what's in front of you. And also the officers on duty, but you know what I mean. When you know what I mean. And yeah, Silicons. I'm pretty sure that is probably true that they have the officer quarters modeled. I think. Well, I think the they don't want to give away too much for free because, to quote Heath Ledger's The Joker, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. And so in the paid Project 401, I think that'll have a lot more in it. I'm pretty sure it will have. Well, I'm not gonna put words into the developer's mouth since I shared this stream in the Honor and Glory Discord server, and I don't want them to see this and be like, "No, you're wrong." So, yeah. I think in my yeah, just yeah. Besides, it's 50% of the ship, so you know. And if you want a fully explorable-ish Titanic, like exterior-wise, like for example, the well deck on this build is not accessible, and neither is the forecastle. But you know, you can buy Titanic Patroness of the Mediterranean and select the RMS exterior mode, and but then again, that's money. This is free, so you know. Yeah. Anyway, I was explaining the telegraphs, yes, because I love these things. Because this one is for the starboard engine; it sends the command down to the engine room. This one sends command. Well, it's not really. I guess it's not commands, and more of like it's sending communication to the docking bridge on the stern, which is why it has all the specialized messages on it. And then this one, also for the starboard engine. This one's for the port engine. Or wait, am I wrong? Oh no, this is not. Okay. I'm stupid. There's one on each side. Okay. And actually, yes, they aren't. I was imagining, and there's levers on each side. Yes, okay. So this one. Oh wait. Okay. I'm trying to remember the episode of Titanic Channel where Bill Sauter explained this, because he's an expert and I'm not. I'm a stupid YouTuber. Because one of these is just it. Okay. Actually, I can tell because. Okay, this one's set to full, so this is a normal one. This is a normal one. This is a normal one. This one, I believe, is the emergency one because it's red. This one is for the docking bridge, and then this one, I believe, is also for the docking bridge, but is kind of the docking bridge sends its recommendation of what you should do. Yes. I'm not gonna. Let's move on. Actually, yeah. Let's not pretend. I won't pretend to know things. Oh, here are the. Oh wait, we can see collapsible lifeboat. Something. One of these is A and one of these is B. That's all I will say. Because I don't know which one is on which side. Also, yeah, because all I know is the movies as far as that goes, and I'm trying to remember which one had the lifeboat fall upside down, which is B, and which one had the lifeboat fall bottom first and then pushed into the water. Oh, we have 10 viewers. Amazing. Welcome if you're just getting here. This is the officer's promenade. as Third Officer Morrow would say. And not to go on a brief tangent, but Third Officer Pittman is my favorite officer. He's my babe. Because he is the most unremarkable man in the entire Titanic story. Because he woke up. He woke up, found out that the ship was sinking from someone else, and then got dressed, was told, man this lifeboat, got into the lifeboat, and then that was the end of the story. And he's so unremarkable, he was replaced in Titanic Adventure Out of Time. Amazing. Oh. Let me have some tea while we're... Actually, let's go to the first class promenade and then while the loading screen is happening, because we have loading screens now, I will have my tea. Ah. And everything loads in. Amazing. Here are your lifeboats. Shiny. We were just in there. Deck chairs all arranged in fours. Around in a circle. Amazing. I like that these aren't all perfect in a row. Like these look like they have been brought out and used. But also I have to, Adventure Out of Time fans will know that this is where you can, it's either on this side of the ship or the other side of the ship. This is where you go to meet, what's his name? Not Trask. No, the other guy, the buyer for Haymaker's Department Store. That guy. How do I not remember his name? Max Seidelman. That's it. Philadelphia, PA. Wonder if he knew Cal. He's from Philadelphia. Maybe. Oh, and what is this deck chair doing here? But we can get up onto the platform. So many compasses. Actually, I'm not actually sure how many compasses are on board. I don't know if anyone's compiled that information, because there's the two on the bridge, the one on the docking bridge, and the one up here. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was like an auxiliary compass somewhere. Unless this is it. Because I'm not actually sure like if anyone would be stationed here at all times, or if it would just be a kind of, you know, go and get navigational measurements, because it's 1912 and we don't have GPS. So magnets pointed north are all we have. Let's see where to go next. Okay, we're up here. Okay, let's cross over. Let's hop down. And let's go to the Engineers Promenade. Oh, I love this place. And I believe there is an emergency staircase down to Scotland Road. But we won't go there yet, because I want to... Actually, you know what? We will go there now. Yeah, let's go. Let's hop down the Scotland Road. Actually, oh, now I'm indecisive. Should I go to Scotland Road? Yeah, let's hop down this. Let's hop down to Scotland Road. And while we are loading, I will have some tea. How is everyone? Scotland Road, of course, named after a road in Liverpool, where all of the where a lot of White Star employees lived, I think. That is the story, right? I'm not just misremembering. Okay, actually, so we were in the stern, and now we're in third class. Okay, so now we're in third class. So let's go to the third class dining saloon. Oh, it's so pretty. And the menus are actually really nice because, you know, you get your porridge, you get your fresh bread, your herrings, your ham and eggs, your cheese, your cold meat, your fresh bread and butter, your roast beef for dinner. That is dinner. What am I saying? Because actually you can tell the distinction because like third class has a menu for everything. Like all the meals are in the one place, but all the other classes get menus for each meal. You know, I think honestly it's kind of telling that a lot of the third class like meals that like are on here, and like these were probably like, because Titanic was known for their third class accommodations being elevated above the normal third class on other ships. A lot of these are still like household favorites, you know, in our culture today, I think. At least in America. Oh wait, and before we leave the third class, let's take an appreciation of all these nice posters advertising the ship that you are currently on, of course, and her other ship. Third class accommodation, reminding you of where you are. I will be curious to know how accurate having these shipping posters in third class was, or if these are just nice and pretty decoration. Because I assume there was decoration like this, but like I haven't seen any photos, you know. Also, honestly, these kind of feel weird because like Red Star Line, like unless they were owned by the Oceanic Navigation Steamship Company or whatever, the multinational, the American conglomerate that owned the White Star Line, unless these are all like the equivalent of Disney Plus advertising 20th Century Fox, you know, like also owned by the Oceanic Mercantile Navigation, whatever their name is. Like, otherwise it doesn't make sense to have, you know, the American line or the Holland. I think for sure there's the Holland American line somewhere in here. Like, unless they're owned by the same conglomerate, I don't see a White Star ship having these. Especially because these are in Dutch, and I don't think, well, as you know, these were immigrants, so of course many of them would have spoken Dutch. Oh, and also, I like this, actually, I like this one, because I have several friends in Australia. The White Star service to Albany, Adelaide, Melbourne, and Sydney via Cape Town, running every 4 weeks. Which is actually pretty cool, I think. But yeah. And you know, it's 4 weeks probably because the journey probably takes like multiple weeks. Like Titanic took like 5-6 days to cross the Atlantic. Like, or at least that was like the high level average at the time. So like, to go around the world a month seems pretty reasonable. But of course we cannot get into the steward's lavvy. But we can get into the steward's room, which, as some may remember in A Night to Remember, featured a featured a steward barging in saying, "Everyone get up, we're sinking." And then the third class stewards, I shouldn't say third class, the stewards would all go, oh, shut up, get out, go get it. I forget what the line is, but, and of course the adult language alert, these were commonly known as the glory hole, because when you're serving passengers all day, you gotta have a sense of humor. Okay. And I love how long the ship is, honestly. It's like, you can see straight from end to end. Not end to end. It's not that kind of, yeah. Oh, but then here is an actual steward's lavvy we can go into. And I say lavvy because that's what's on the, that's what's on the sign, but lavatory. And we have our urinals. And our wash basins. Wait, no. We have the tiny little cute ones, and then we have the industrial strength, you know, tied straight to the pipes. And then our toilets. And yeah, the toilets. I mean, they get nice and fancy, like wooden, yeah. Okay, so next, let's see, we're heading forward now. I don't quite know. Wait, actually, so we can see down, actually, into the, up through the cargo hatch. We can see up through here, and then here the boards are taken out. So we can see down into this area, and of course, up here, I believe, is where the dance scene is supposed to take place in the Cameron film, because this area is where the yeah, because in the Cameron film, they dance on top of the cargo hold, which of course is unsafe. I don't think these boards were meant to withstand the human weight, and also these chains are here for a reason. But this seems about right, that it was supposed to take place here, because once you go up into the actual open space, you have the grates, which is not in the movie. It's wooden planks in the movie. And isn't this lovely, the open space? And you can see the tracks of White Star steamers. And we can see actually, it's funny, maps maps of 2 New Zealands. And of course we can see the extent of the British Empire at the time. Canada, all of Ireland, Great Britain, whatever that part of South America is, correct. Plenty of bits of Africa. Although, actually, that might not be the British Empire, because says it's Germany's Africa, but it's in red, like like several of the other British parts. So that just might be. I don't actually know. But yes, you can see Persia is a country still. It's not Saudi Arabia, it's just Arabia. Egypt is bigger. Large Sudan exists. India is large. Colombo. As played by Peter Falk, obviously. Also, I like that. I find it interesting, actually. You could have either gone to New Zealand via South America, around Cape Horn, or around Africa via Cape Town, via Australia. Right? Yeah, because this runs. It doesn't. This line here doesn't go to the major cities in Australia, but it stops at Tasmania and then continues to New Zealand, or at least Wellington, and Auckland. So, and then you could hop back to Sydney if you wanted to. Oh no, where did my viewers go? Yeah, this is a niche subject, but actually, so while we are here, let's see if we can go. I don't think we can go up. Yep, well deck is closed off. Gotta wait for that alpha. Oh wait, so where? Okay, we are in the bow. So let's see. So cabin. I heard there was a cabin around this way. Or are we? Might be a different room. Because this is, I believe, Master-at-Arms cabin. Because it's, because the infamous directions that Thomas Andrews gives Rose is take the elevator to the very bottom, go to the left, which of course she can't because the door to the Scotland Road is off the staircase, not the elevator. But assuming she continues the rest of the way, it's go right, then left, no, then go right, then left again at the stairs. You'll come to a long corridor. And of course, the Master-at-Arms cabin is right here. Rose, the Master-at-Arms didn't have a huge office. Oh, actually, Silicons, I can show you this in a little farther into the stream. They would not have locked any criminals up in the Masters-at-Arms cabin. Because unlike the movie, they didn't have a huge office with like a pipe that they could handcuff Jack to. They would have actually sent him to the ship's infirmary, because that also kind of doubled as like an isolation ward. Like it was intended as an isolation ward for sick passengers, but doubled as a way to lock up passengers who were unruly, is what I will say. Because it kind of fulfilled the same, now I'm just pacing around Scotland Road, fulfilled the same purpose. Actually, since we are in Scotland Road, I'm actually try to find a third-class cabin, an actual third-class cabin, because I've heard that there is one. Whereabouts? It's not the Master-at-Arms cabin. That's been debunked for me. Hold on. Oh wait, there's this tiny little place. Nope, not here. Is it? This is actually odd. I know it's here somewhere. Okay, so there's no cabins up here. There's no cabins up here. You can't get down there. And there's nothing here. I recall it being described to me. Hey, Sauron. Oh, no, you no need to be sorry. I'm just going around touring of the ship. I'm trying to find that dang third-class cabin the Honor and Glory people said that they have, because they have the Master-at-Arms cabin here, which of course does not have a pipe for Jack to be handcuffed onto. Cabin. Actually, there's a map right here. Okay. We are on E deck. E deck 19A. This is rather strange. Oh wait, is it down? Nope. Oh wait, over. Yes, over here. We found it. Third class. Third class. Actually, this looks rather a bit like. I'm surprised they didn't put another bunk here. Man, they wanted to give them at least some space. Oh, this is cute. Yeah, a little seat. You know, this is like the most bare bones cabin. Yes, you can post your server link, Sauron. Yes, more people. Yes, Sauron Baggins runs a cool, chill Titanic server. So feel free to promote. Yeah, this is the most bare bones cabin I've ever. Like, usually people post people post pictures of like the ones that just have four beds, you know. Like this one is it's literally like in like the space that they have left over. It looks like, because it's like the part where the ship starts curving. You don't even get a wash basin in here. You get your 3 coat hooks. So I don't know where. What if all of these guys have coats? You get a little. I'm assuming that's like a ventilation thing. You get a mirror, and you get a seat. Nothing else. And this is in the bow, so they've just been guys. Like, this isn't a family cabin. But yeah, it looks like there could have been more bunks, Sauron. Like there's definitely room for a third bunk on all of these, and then probably like one more going across here. Although actually, I think I'm kind of remembering this now. The reason why there are so many, the reason why there are nicer cabins than this is that these cabins would have probably been exclusively third class, only third class. But then there were other cabins, like kind of farther aft, that would have had that would have been nicer, and then be able to be converted into second class cabins. And yes, Sauron, first class could be converted to second, and then second could be converted to first. They were kind of, and third could be converted to second, like I said. So they were kind of like playing around with who, what they would need. Actually, okay, we are in Scotland Road, and I keep forgetting that the boiler rooms exist. Okay, and let me see. These doors all don't work. The only way down is through to the number 6 boiler room. Boiler room floor, the shaft, coal shaft. No, boiler room 3, coal shaft 4 is where the Rubaiyat is being stored, obviously. And of course, since this is Demo 401, most of the Adventure Out of Time references from Demo 3 have been left out. But in my testing last night, I found some new ones. I'm going to show those in a little bit. Because in Demo 3, they did have the rubaiyat in one of the coal chutes. Oh, but boiler room 6. And I believe, let me actually, yes, so I'm pretty sure, because the only survivor from this boiler room was Frederick Barrett, who you may remember as the man who in the Cameron film is, "They're closing the doors! Shut all the dampers! Shut them!" And I apologize for my accent. But he's the one he testified that the damage. Yeah, this is the one that was punctured by the iceberg. He testified that he saw water coming in 2 feet above the floor in this room. So that's kind of roughly along this strip of rivets, which is kind of where the rivet popping theory comes from. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is right. Barrett's on the Carpathia. Let's see. Where? Okay, so we're on. Actually, you can see into the other boiler rooms. And this is boiler room 5. This is the other one that flooded partially. And we can actually. Ooh, this is cool. You can actually go inside the coal bunker. Actually, I'm discovering this for the first time. And, oh, we can't go up the ladder. Terrible. But this coal bunker is also where some of the damage occurred. And they had, so that's, in this room, it took a little while for it to flood because they hadn't been able to shut the coal bunkers off. Well, not off, but they were able to seal them off. So the water only came in once it had reached the top of the coal bunkers and came through into boiler room 5. Barrett probably needed a smoke after all this. Oh, and a clever game that you can play is find all the maps of the demo. The maps for the demo throughout the demo. Then we can see into the other boiler rooms, but of course the cheeky sons of guns have blocked it off with a wheelbarrow. No, I want to go to the other ones. But you'll have to wait till Project 401. Wait, no. Actually, no, I don't think. You're not going to say it's going to be in Project 401. You'll probably have to wait until the actual full finished game to have every area. But yeah, that's right, Sauron. It was just a redressed Titanic set, the Carpathia set in the Cameron film. Although, actually, it's funny, in the DVD commentary, oh wait, there's one more place before we head up. I want to go visit. Back to boiler room 6. The fireman's passage. But yes, in the DVD commentary for the Cameron film, Ken Marshall, historian, he says, oh, it was so amazing that they built a Carpathia set just for this scene. And Don Lynch has to correct him and be like, no, I think that's just a redressed Titanic set, Ken. And he's like, oh, darn. But yes, but this is how the Stokers would have gotten back to their cabins. Or not their cabins, their dormitories is more of an accurate turn of phrase. And of course, we have the spiral staircase. We can head up and up and up. And also, the police are here to arrest me. Oh, he would have built the Carpathia. And then... Oh wait, am I? I think I skipped something. Because now we're at one of the landings of the spiral staircase. I skipped one of them. And we have a cargo hold. Let's see. Oh yes, and we can explore just a little bit. Just a teensy-weensy bit. Because of course this probably would have been packed solid in real life. Oh wait. Oh no. Oh no. Yes, most of this is food. And then we head back up. Unfortunately, this ladder here is not accessible, I don't think. So you have to go... Beware of falling, is all I'll say, if you're playing this at home. Oh, but then we have the Fireman dormitories, and... So a galley of sorts, I believe. Now, if you thought third class was packed in, these guys, they don't got nothing. And honestly, like, these are the guys who, like, if the Titanic had hit the iceberg head on, these guys would have died, of course, because zone of collision, obviously. Like, pancaked completely. Excuse me, let me have some tea. Ugh. Let's head back up. See, and then here... Oh wait, let's explore a little. Hi, Alex. Andre? Oh, and more fireman cabins. Amazing. Oh shit. Oh man. Actually, I'm discovering this place for the first time. The anchor chains. Guys, I fell into the anchor chain section and I can't get up. Oh man, I wish they had a look over function, because I want to see down in here, but I can't. Oh, but I can see just a little bit. Oh yes, it is in Roblox, Sauron. Oh no, you're not. You're not. You didn't miss that much. I went around the bridge. I went around the grand staircase, but like not fully. I started on B deck. I looked at the parlor suite, plural, third class cabins a little bit, Scotland Road. But like, I haven't been that far out. I haven't seen the engine room. Well, see you, Sauron. Thanks for checking in. Okay, now we are on the roof. Well, not on the roof. We are on C deck. Yes. And here we have Oh yes, post the Discord link, Sauron. Here is the... Oh. Actually, oh, wait. Okay. I need to take this in. These are the gears for the anchors, or the anchor motors, or whatever they're called. Down here is the more storage. And down there is more storage, but I can't get down there because it won't let me. Darn. Oh man, they love making areas inaccessible. Okay. Oh, and then here, back into the beware of falling back down to the cargo hold. And then, of course, we can see through the open cargo hatch. But then, wait, hold on, because then in here, I'm not actually sure what this room is. Looks to be a kitchen of some description. Oh, it looks amazing, Alex. Andre. But yeah, this is on the lowest setting too. But then, okay, actually, there is a way to the third class open space through the crew area. I was wrong about that. Okay, actually, okay, that's cool. You can get from the third class open space up to here, but also I want to see. Oh no! Oh no! Oh come on! The crow's nest is right over here. Why? Oh wait. Wait, we have to Yes! Yes, we can make it in. To the crow's nest! To the crow's nest! We did it! And also, someone has, during our ascent, someone has plugged up the cargo hatch. Doesn't that look amazing? Oh wait. Yeah, that's one way to get warm, isn't it? Well, if that's what it takes for us to get warm, I'd rather not. If it's all the same to you. Bark at me! Ding, ding, ding. Then we go to the telephone. Iceberg, right ahead. Thank you. Actually, I think it's unknown who said thank you to Frederick Fleet. Because in his testimony he said, I don't know who it was. But like, of course the movies kind of almost always have it be Sixth Officer Moody, because well, because they usually like to have First Officer Murdoch be kind of see it for himself on the bridge wing, or see it, or be alerted to it by the person who picks up on the phone. But anyway, let's continue on with our tour. And actually, since Sauron did not post the link, I'm going to post the link to the Discord server that he runs I have an invite. Copy link. Live. It's hard to. YouTube is not designed well for live streamers. I've realized, because you can't. It's not easy to like do multiple things. Okay. Sorry if the stream has become a little boring while I do this. Actually, I should probably get us out of here and do this during the load time. Right, because of the because they're saving the Forecastle deck and the Well deck for the Titanic Honor Glory Alpha. We are unable to explore those areas, so leaving the crew area under the Forecastle deck, and because I refuse to call it the Forecastle, just takes us straight to A deck. I want to say yes, this is A deck. Let me see. Does this link work? Okay, yes, totally Titanic. Yeah, okay. I'm not crazy. Okay, so we were just in the crew quarters. 11 viewers, amazing. I think I lost some during that that brief posting a Discord link in the chat interlude. Where should we go? Notice. Oh wait, there we have a notice. To secure the comfort of the passengers while they are asleep, the company respectfully urges that early morning strollers will not pass forward of this sign. Oh, that's cute, because of course these are all first class cabins, and like you don't want to be woken up by people walking around. And of course this door here is blocked off. Let's see, so let's go back inside. 14 viewers, amazing. How is everybody? And also, do we have any requests of where to go? I'm kind of just going through. Actually, that sign is so small. Alex, you're right. I certainly wouldn't have seen it if I was a morning stroller. Let's see, so we're back on the grand staircase. Amazing as always. But let's go to those forward cabins, and let's see if we can find any. I don't know what this does, actually. Oh, it probably alerts, if I had to guess, it alerts the stewards that someone is in need. I don't know, in the cabin in the area. But ooh, we have a cabin, and I want to say, because I want to say that this resembles the cabin that they believe is Molly Brown's cabin, because in the Ghosts of the Abyss expedition, they searched for Molly Brown, the brass bed, and they found it in one of the forward first-class cabins. And of course, this bed matches the bed that they found, which of course looks like brass to me. Let's see here. But then this might have been Molly Brown's room. I'm not sure because I don't recall her ever saying that she was staying with anyone or traveling with anyone. And this is a room for 4 or 3 if you like a large bed, which I believe Molly Brown would have. And then, of course, our communal bathrooms. Very few first-class cabins had cabins to themselves. Oh, no, not cabins to themselves. Oh, Molly Brown's room's on E deck. Okay, thank you, Alex. I was wrong. Disregard my statement. But yes, most first-class cabins did not have their own bathrooms. And also, it is requested that passengers refrain from throwing into the pan any substance that is likely to choke the pipes or prevent a proper flow of water. Otherwise, serious discomfort to the passengers themselves may be caused, and the closet rendered both disagreeable and useless. Passengers are earnestly desired to flush the pan before leaving. Amazing. And the lack of a, no, this is not, Alex, the passengers in crew quarters are not on A deck, they are on boat deck. They are just because these are some first-class cabins, but then officers' quarters are right up here. And I kind of toured this a little earlier, so I'm not going to go into it, but we have expansion joint, wireless room, and they have not included the captain's room and the officers' quarters in this build. But in this poster for Titanic 401, Titanic Project 401, you can see everything. Yes, we have the bridge, which I toured earlier, but I'm just addressing Alexandre's comment. But yes, we were not on boat deck. That was A deck. But now back to our scheduled program. No, honestly, I get confused between boat deck and A deck sometimes. It's like, I don't know, A deck's at the top, like A deck has the promenade, boat deck has the boat deck. Like, they kind of act similarly. But yes, let's actually, before we move on, the gymnasium, and also they have physics on the punching ball. This amuses me so much. And of course, this is where the ship's fitness instructor was photographed by Francis Brown. Of course, we have poster of the ship, and then the same map of the world we saw in third class. Also, I just noticed they have routes into the Mediterranean and through what appears to be the Suez Canal. Some of these actually aren't all that unusual, because we have a rowing machine. We have the rowing machines here, rowing. Then we have bicycles, which today is like huge in terms of physical fitness, like people having bicycles that don't go anywhere. I'm sure there's a name, but These, though, I'm not, you know, these are kind of weird. I don't actually, the actual use elude to me. And of course, here's the electric camel, which I don't think actually does anything for you. It kind of just bobs you up and down, and according to Smethels in Adventure Out of Time, it's good for the liver. I wouldn't know. And of course, it's available from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for women, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. for gentlemen. Available for children from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And it is under the responsibility of Mr. Thomas W. Macaulay, instructor. Let's see now, before we move on, there's nothing up here, okay. Because I want to go to the lounge. Through the revolving door. Oh, but before we get to the lounge, one of my favorites, the reading and writing room. Because it's all nice and cozy and sweet. You can just sit in here. Oh, yes, that is true, Alex. That is it. On Britannic, this was turned into a children's playroom, I believe. Either that or... Actually, I'm not sure if it was this room specifically or if it was a... Because this might have become... I know Britannic did have a kids' playroom, which is why the film A Night to Remember has Titanic have a children's playroom, because they got Britannic's deck plans by mistake. But I don't know if it would have been here exactly, or if this area just became cabins. Oh, the gymnasium, yes, that's it. Okay. Of course, this is where you can write your letters. Dear Martha, I am sailing on the Titanic. I hope to be home by Easter. Wait, no. Was Titanic at sea for Easter? I hope to be home by the end of April. I will see you then. Love, George. And then, presumably, they would have taken their letter to the purser's office on C deck, where it would have been sent to the wireless room and given to the very overworked wireless workers. And yes, that is correct, Alex. At least I believe so, that this area was just converted to cabins because it wasn't so popular, because society in 1912 was changing away from this idea of okay, after dinner, the women will go to the reading and writing room, the men will go to the smoking room, and then during the day we will meet in the lounge. Everyone kind of just hung out in the reception room, and that was kind of the thing. Yeah, that. Well, actually, no, the lounge was... Yes, that is also kind of correct. The lounge kind of became the women's space. The men hung out in the smoking room, and then the reception room was kind of became the room for everyone, essentially. And the lounge is so pretty. And I believe it's done in the Rococo style, where everything is all of these wall designs are nice and unique. And I hope the frame rate is not being destroyed. Oh, and you also notice there are these little corners, which are actually because the engineers added like a structural wall, like steel wall here, that the designer decided, well, okay, we have these little walls cutting off some of the space, so let's turn them into these little intimate areas where you can just, like, you know, sit with your wife or whatever, or sit with your friend and play cards or read a book, you know. Because speaking of books, the lounge also doubled as the library. Although I don't know why all these books are the same. Honor and Glory, people. I'm sure the books weren't all exactly the same binding. Unless I'm wrong. Maybe they were. And also, I love the windows here. And of course, you may not know, on Olympic, the lounge kind of, over time, fell out of use. No, it's not. It's in the Louis XV style, not Rococo. Okay, I'm wrong. I am not a designer. Again, not a historian, just a stupid YouTuber. Yeah, also what was I going to say? Okay. First of all, you'll notice the fireplace. It doesn't actually work. Because there's nothing here. Like, there's no ventilation in the deck plans for the fire to go anywhere. Well, check that room out. Unless I haven't already, Alex. Let's see, what else? Well, no, I think both of them fell out of use, Silkins, because I know on Olympic the lounge ended up being converted into a movie theater, because there's photos of on Olympic that the lounge, they just like took out the tables, put in a bunch of seats, put a movie screen up, while the reading and writing room ended up just getting, I think pretty sure that was just converted into cabins. Like, yes, technically this room was still used, it just like kind of wasn't the stuffy, like, sit here and adhere to the societal norm space as it was when the ship was designed. Because what this room was kind of intended for was for the informal conversation, but then that ended up being what the reception room was. I love these little corners. And this one has a couch, so you can kind of just sit here and be like isolated from the rest of society. And I don't know what this is for. Maybe I have to venture a guess, returning your books. Because like you're not going to remember where you got it off the shelf, and like the stewards don't want you putting it in the wrong place, so you put it here. The Artemis statue was never recovered. Next time they went to the wreck, it was gone. Oh, damn. Okay. It was photographed in, but there's never recovered. Man, those salvagers. Okay, so let's leave the lounge. Got the promenade. No rooms here, but Yes, Thomas Andrews' room. Oh, it's still exactly how it was in Demo 3, with his plans strewn about. Amazing. And of course, his room is never depicted in media as being off of the aft grand staircase, because of course they never build two grand staircases for Titanic movies or miniseries. Okay, the Artemis statue, as Alex described, is the statue that's on top of the fireplace in the lounge, which, you know, I'll go back and show, because I kind of stood a ways away from it. Yes, this is the thing that was not recovered, as Alex says in the chat. But anyway, back to our regularly scheduled tour. Okay. We went to Andrew's cabin. Of course, yes, as I was saying, sorry, I interrupted myself. They never depict Andrew's cabin as being off of the aft grand staircase, because then they have to establish that there are two grand staircases, and nobody and that's, to the average moviegoer, that is too confusing. So they always have them like have a cabin inside the ship, or not inside the ship, but like a normal cabin. Sorry. Now we go to the smoking room, where we can go get lung cancer. No, I'm joking. Well, kind of. And smoking actually was not allowed on most areas of the ship, because, you know, people did not like the smell of smoke. But like, plenty of people who did smoke were asked, please do it in the smoking rooms. So, here we are. I believe. Yes, this is the painting that was lost for many, many years, until James Cameron wanted to recreate it in '97, but obviously it was lost with the ship, and then he discovered. Well, then the son of the painter came forward with a photograph of the painting, because in A Night to Remember, they have the painting that was on Olympic, which was of New York Harbor, titled The Approach to the New World, whereas this one is of Plymouth Harbor, I believe, in Boston. Not Boston. Is Plymouth Harbor Boston? In Massachusetts. But yes, it is such a pretty room, Alex. It is a pretty room. I think this is the most extensive stained glass window display, other than the D-deck first class areas. Speechless. Truly speechless. Oh, and we can get drinks at the bar. Oh, and we have wine, and actually presumably we can hop on over. Is there a door on this side? There's not a door on this side. Don't tell me this is inaccessible, Honor and Glory developers. Want to go to the bar. Well, left to the fireplace? Okay. Let me actually Okay, I'm stupid. Yes. Oh, and we have pastries and our wine, red wine, red wine. Don't know what this is, but I assume most of these are wine. And of course, we have our dispensary. Oh, but then of course, because we have access to here now, the Palm Court. One of these, there's the Palm Court, and then there's the Verandah Cafe. I'm gonna kind of leave it to the chat to correct me on which one is which. Because there's the. Here's actually pantry, back to smoking room. But then, of course, the where Thomas Andrews was seen standing, allegedly, and the fireplace that actually works because it is attached to the fourth funnel. I believe that's how it was exhausted, or the exhaust for the fireplace was, because it kind of matches up. Either that or just had its own dedicated exhaust port, but anyway. And there's another window into the pantry. And I believe this is the room. See, this one or the one next door? Chat, please correct me on which one is the Verandah Cafe and which one is the Palm Court, because I don't know. They look the same, unless they are the same. Because, yeah. I believe that because in the Cameron film, yes, that is correct, Alex. That was the only real fireplace. Yeah, and it is kind of a controversy on what the purpose of the lounge fireplace was, if that was the only real one. Because otherwise it's just it's a non-working fireplace. And there's no records of there even being a fake heater in there. I'm talking about the lounge one in that case. But then, yes, in the Cameron film, this is in the scene where Ismay, Andrews, Molly Brown, and Cal and the duplicator's are all having dinner, or not dinner, lunch. This is that room. And the inaccuracy comes from the fact that this room would not have been used for dinner. Okay, this is the Verandah Court. Okay, thank you, Alex. Okay, I understand that's your take, because of course they are confusing, because they look exactly the same. But you know what, I'll take someone's word over mine. But yes, this would not have been used for an actual meal. This is kind of just, that one it's lamb with mint sauce, which of course would not be served in this room. This room was for, light pastries and snacks and cafe food and drinks. It's not. If you want food, you go to the dining room, or at your designated dining hour, or you go to the restaurant. But now, of course, we exit onto a deck. Let me have a drink from my cold tea, as it is now cold. That's good. Those load times aren't terrible. Oh, of course. Now we have to show off my favorite part of these demos. The cargo crane that goes right in front of a passenger passenger bench. Like, I don't know. Like, yes, this is probably the configuration on the deck plans, but come on, man. Andrews would have taken one look at that and been like, no, guys, we have to move it over, like, a little bit. Like, I don't, like, this is gonna be flapping in the breeze. Not flap, like hitting a passenger in the face. Come on. Oh, but now, this is, of course, A deck is exclusive for first class passengers. Like, it's all first class. So of course this is kind of the rare opportunity where the second class boat deck is actually above the first class deck. So you're kind of, second class is looking down upon you when you're on the promenade. On the aft promenade, at least. When yes, that does sound right, Alex. That one of the that between the Verandah Cafe and the Palm Court, one is used as kind of a playroom. But, and that kind of, now that you mentioned it, kind of makes me think that's why on Britannic they plan to have a dedicated playroom. Because they noticed, oh, we need a place for kids to play. And they're kind of taking up this, like, adult space where, like, you know, I imagine a lot of people went to either of those rooms and were like I just want to have cafe food and drink tea, and then the kids are running around screaming. Well, not screaming because it's 1912 and your first class kids are hopefully behaved. Kind of. Oh, but here's one of the exciting parts. A crew room. I'm pretty sure, I'm reasonably sure that this is the elevator, these are the elevator gears for the second class, for the second class elevators. In my head, these line up with those. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. And hi Ryan, Junior Ryan. Welcome to the show. We are currently on A deck. Let's see, where should we go? Oh, wait, I did not go to the a la carte restaurant yet. That seems rather important. Oh, but isn't this great? Having, being able to see just straight across. Oh. Amazing. You know, actually, now you mention it, Alex, a lot, like, it does kind of feel like Titanic, like, still has a lot of, like, the areas we still associate with cruise ships, you know, like oh, the fitness center and the pool and the spa and the expensive restaurant that's not included in your ticket, which we'll be checking out soon. You know, the adults only areas, and then like in Britannic's case, they plan to have the kids area. Oh, but this is my favorite place because, unpopular opinion, controversial take, burn me at the stake, I think the aft grand staircase is better than the forward grand staircase because I like the idea of the grand staircase landing, coming down the dome, coming down right into the restaurant reception, and then and what's over here? Oh, and we have all our little fronds, little plants around the place. Oh no, what's over here? It's the Cafe Parisienne. Oh, amazing. And what's down there? It's the fancy restaurant everyone loves and is super expensive, and you can only dine there probably once or twice, even if you have the money, because it's not included in the price of your ticket, and you have to. There's a fee for just sitting down, and then a fee for everything you order, because it's the a la carte restaurant. Like, that's what a la carte means. Well, I don't know what it actually means, but it means, you know, you pay for the things, you get things individually as you want them, not as they are served to you, like in the dining room, where it's included all in your ticket. Oh, and actually, while we're here, since Alex brings it up in the chat, the dome of the F Grand Staircase. And of course, we don't have Honor and Glory crowning time, but it's a nice little cute square clock, and I like it. And of course, we don't have the huge, like the cherub that everyone recognizes, but it looks good, nice. So, it's pretty place. But then, of course, the Cafe Parisienne. And actually, I want to know if these doors were used for boarding at all, because I see these here, and I don't know. I don't know. Like, if they were if they were gangway doors in port for passengers, or if these were just like for people for the restaurant to bring supplies on. But that I mention it out loud, this is probably what they were used for, is for the restaurant. This, of course, is where you would, as they say in Adventure Out of Time, where you would sit nibbling pastries. Persians, poetry. Oh, why didn't I make that joke? Because when I was in the third class open space, I did a quick analysis of the map of the world. And of course, Persia is a country in this point in time. And so, why didn't I reference Penny Pringle's line about Persia in Adventure Out of Time? Oh, here we can hang our coats. And then, of course, we have the menu for breakfast. And English breakfast, and then American breakfast. Of course, the American breakfast has mutton chops. Of course we do. And of course we have fried rice cakes. Oh, I didn't, you weren't here when I said my favorite room. My favorite room is the B-deck landing in restaurant reception, Alex. For reasons I just went into. Because it's so nice and pretty and cute and cozy. Like, it's not hitting you over the head like the main staircase and the main reception do. But anyway, omelets to order. I do like that. And of course, it wouldn't be an American breakfast without Quaker Oats. Oh, and before we go into the a la carte restaurant, they updated, I believe, the names on the passenger list You can see some of the developers, Kyle Hudak, Derek Vanier, Matt DeWinkler, James Penka, probably more. Then, of course, we get to some real characters like Molly Brown, or Margaret Brown, as her real name is. Then, of course, fictional characters. Apparently, Rose Duplicator went twice to the a la carte restaurant. Once at 7:40, another at 6. And then her fiancé, Cal Hockley, for some reason, is dining without her at 8:30. And of course, he moved up his reservation from 8:45. Of course, he's not dining with his fiancé. What's going on there? And of course, historian Mark Churnside. I have several of his books. Daniel Smith, aka Spammels, a YouTuber who's a very good friend of the Honor and Glory team. And then on this side, of course, we have a lot of the more historical characters. Thomas Andrews, the Strausses, both dining at 8:45, so the same party. That's cute. Captain Smith, dining at 7:30. The Jeff Gordons, who are dining separately. Miss Duff Gordon, not Mrs. Penny Pringle, Edgar Trout, Vlad Demont. Hey, Vlad, you're in third class. You're not supposed to. Smethels, you're the help. Don't. God damn it. But you're not supposed to be dining in here. What are you doing in this part of the ship? Max Seidelman, of course. Andrew Conkling. Mr. O'Morrow. I assume that's supposed to be Officer Morrow, but we don't get his first name, so he's just is his first name Officer. And of course, Bruce Esmay has canceled his reservation. Oh, and I think he was supposed to have the same reservation as Captain Smith because they were both at 7:30 at table number 44. And then more people. Alice Cleaver, not the killer. Arthur Rostron, what are you doing here? Stanley Lord, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be on this ship. Of course, the Wideners, dining separately. All of them dining separately. On April 12th. Which I believe is what officially this demo is kind of supposed to take place on. We're supposed to be like kind of a moment in time. Oh, but this room is very nice. Okay, I think this room was so popular that on Olympic they expanded it. Because of course on Olympic this section was a promenade, I think. And then they took out the promenade and added and expanded the restaurant. Correct me if I'm wrong, obviously. So while we are here, I want to say there's a way up into something. Also, how the hell do you get back here? There's no door. And that's a trippy reflection. Okay. Oh, a la carte. Okay, a la carte means you're... Yes, I was right. A la carte means you're able to order individually. Thank you, Alex. Okay. We'll move on. Actually, while we are here, let's hop down the C deck. And check out the barbershop. Of course, on Olympic, I believe there are pictures in the 20s. This kind of got converted into a souvenir shop where you could kind of buy pennants and kind of tacky memorabilia that kind of became a thing, like after the Edwardian era. I'm kind of losing my light, so I'm going to turn on my lights here. Alexa, turn on desk lamp. I have all my lights, obviously, programmed into my Alexa. Not to flex. Yeah, but yes, this is the barbershop for first class. Just for first class. I think second class had one, and I don't think third either shared or did not have one. Oh yes, it was a souvenir shop. Okay, Titanic's was a souvenir shop. I'm kind of just thrown off by the fact that there are no souvenirs in here. Although that is a kind of an intriguing question then of like, what souvenirs did they have in stock on Titanic? Because of course, that's probably lost to history. Okay, let's head. Ooh, yes, a cabin. Fancy. We got our cabinet, our heater, our sink, our mirror, and our bed. I quite like these rooms. Oh, I completely forgot. I completely forgot. About the other cabin on A deck. Oh no, that's Thomas Andrews. We already went there. Oh, please tell me they still have it. Yes. It's the Frank Brown room, and he has his camera. His camera's aimed at where he was when he point. There's a picture. I can't show it to you now, but there's a picture that Frank Brown took in his room with this camera pointed in that direction, and this was in Demo 3, and they kept it, and I'm so happy. I'm just amazing. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled Titanic tour. Okay, we were in the barbershop. Okay, cabin. What's the line Robin says in the Demo 3? Cabins upon cabins upon cabins. This is the second class. We'll get to them later. Oh, but of course, here is a room. Oh, the chief steward. Ooh, he gets a desk. When his lights are off. Why are your lights off? Oh, wait, he's not in here that often. Gotta save on power. Of course, here is the restaurant manager, Luigi Gatti. And then the assistant doctor. You know, there's so much in this demo. I'm honestly so impressed the more I play it. Then, of course, over here is the chief doctor, Dr. O'Loughlin. And of course, we have our drugs. I don't know what drugs these are, and why he needs to have them on his desk. He has his phone, his book of medical maladies, and he gets a curtain. Ooh, fancy. Ship's doctor. And then it's a window, 2 windows, and his own bed. Oh, that's cool, Alex. Souvenirs, postcards, hats, trinkets. My thing is, my only concern about that, my only question is whether or not, you know, that was on Titanic or if that's something we just know from Olympic. But, you know, I'll have to replay Demo 3 to see if the barbershop actually had all that stuff in it. And of course, surgery. Oh, and yes, I forget who asked. They might be not be watching anymore. Of where they would have taken someone who was being unruly if not for the Master at Arms cabin. It would have been here, in the padded room, for the man. For men who have gone insane and need to be locked up for a little while. In here, in the stern, in the ship's hospital, away from everyone. Which is why, like, the in the Cameron film, Rose asks Thomas Andrews a very specific question. Mr. Andrews, where would the Master at Arms take someone who was under arrest? And, like, she didn't ask, where's the Master at Arms cabin? It's like, fair enough. Like, that's kind of, that is where Jack was. But, like, where would the Master at Arms take someone who's under arrest? Here, not his cabin, normally. Like, you could argue that, like, during the events of the movie, like, in the world in which the Master at Arms has a whole office, which he didn't, you know, he would have maybe locked him up in his office temporarily because he was busy dealing with the ship sinking and passengers running around being crazy. Not running around being crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like he might not have followed strict protocol in locking Jack up and not taking him to the pad room, but Rose asked where would he take him if he was under arrest, which would be this room, not his cabin. Like, no, Andrews. Like, Rose should have asked, where's the Master at Arms cabin? Like, that seems like a more reasonable. Like, yes, that she doesn't know that the cabin would be where Jack is, but, like, at least it doesn't have Andrews being wrong about his own ship. And of course, this is the ship's hospital. We can't go into any rooms, but yeah. Okay. Oh. Come on. Okay. I was stuck there for a second. Okay, we are on C deck. Oh yes, yes. We can go to oh wait, while we're here, before I check out the cabin that I want to check out, if you know, you know, the Maids and Valet Saloon, which is another cute little area, you know. It's not, like, super outrage, super fancy, but, you know, it's a step up from, like, the normal stewards' accommodations and the normal third-class accommodations. Because, you know, because this is for, like, the personal servants of first-class passengers. So you kind of want to treat them right, because in a way, they're kind of going to report to their employer whether or not they were treated right. Like, whether they are enjoying themselves is just as important as whether or not the passengers are enjoying themselves. And also, it's kind of amusing to think, because I didn't pick up on this until recently, that in the Cameron film, Trudy is actually, like, the maid that, like, helps Rose unpack and, like, helps her with her corset and is in a few deleted scenes. She's actually, like, their personal, I don't know what the term is, but, like, she's their personal maid. And, like, you only kind of get that feeling from her when she kind of comes out of the car. There's one tiny short shot of Trudy getting out of the car with the to do with indicators, That's the only indication that you get that she's traveling with them, not just an employee of the ship. But then, of course, Lovejoy is Cal's valet. So it's amusing to me to think that like they are dining in the same little area. And of course, you have like intimidating David Warner, sitting here all gruff, being like yes, I'm David Warner. I'm so intimidating. And then Trudy's kind of just sitting there like, yes, sir. Your boss is very terrifying, sir. I don't know. That just amuses me. And then something I did not realize until I was playtesting that, not playtesting because I was not a playtester for this, until I was testing it last night for the stream. This little area here is for the post office workers and the Marconi officers, which is really nice. And there's only seating for 8, two Marconi officers, and then 6 post office workers. I think that's really nice, Of course, there's a picture of George V. This is a nice little cute room, and of course, I like that they are separated a little bit from the maid and valet saloon. But also, you notice their room is a little less ornate. Like the maids and valets, they get ceiling molding, and like they have a different pattern in the wood, whereas they get like kind of just the standard wood panels and the plain walls, and yeah, like that kind of indicates like these people are part of the crew, but like not really, like they're kind of their own separate little like you don't belong anywhere class. But in here, like they're kind of elevated above the rest. I don't know. Oh, but then the piece de resistance, your cabin, C-73, with the trunk, the trunk from Adventure Out of Time, with the record, the phonograph player, I should say, with the wax cylinders that contain your mission briefings, which honestly seems like so. Now you think about it like that, so cumbersome for a secret agent to be lugging this around with a record player, phonograph player. Like why would you? Like just write it down. Brief him in person. Don't throw him on the ship and then like have him wait to be briefed on his mission. Like no. Also, Carlson in that game, Carlson spends like 5 days on the voyage and like doesn't even bother to read any of the ample reading material or listen to his briefings until the 14th. And of course, Smethels has obviously stolen our watch and bag. The dirty son of a gun. Nice bed. Portholes. Very nice. Very nice indeed. And of course, this is actually a room with multiple beds and a connecting door, because of course, actually two connect. Is this connecting? I don't know. Because what you could do is, if you were traveling at a large party and you didn't want to book one of the huge suites, is that you would book multiple rooms side by side and just open the doors, and you would basically have a multiple room suite. Oh, and then of course we have a corridor here with our linens. Gents lavy. Is that all what's down here? I could have swore there was more. Okay, where were we? Oh, of course, there's this corridor. There's another cabin. This one's nice. And this one is cozier. Actually, I'm noticing that the cabins that don't have windows are a lot, like, more dim. They only have the overhead light and the little bed lamps. See then, down here, of course. Ooh. Now we have this cabin. Fancy. Which one is this? C70. Man, this is a little tight, don't you think? Like, oh man, I want to lie down on my tiny couch. But I have my tiny table and chairs in the way. Like, I feel like this bed, it doesn't belong here, honestly. Like, not to criticize Thomas Andrews or the rest of the Harlan Wolf design team. But come on. Stewardesses. What's over here? Bathroom. Bathroom. This one. C105. This one's nicer. Ooh, this one has 2 sinks. His and hers. Oh, what's this over here? Name of steward, name of stewardess. Company will not be liable for loss of money, jewels, or ornaments by theft or otherwise, not so deposited in the safe of the purser. Another cabin just like it. So many as Robin says, cabins upon cabins upon cabins. Oh, and then, ooh, I like this one. Oh, now this one is fancy. Okay, yes, this one is the C50. Okay. This one is the one I was thinking of earlier. Oh, but no, I want to get it here. What's in here? What's in here? Of course, you get your private bath, which is a rare thing on Titanic. Most people, even first class, had communal baths. And that was actually, I've heard that's one of the reasons why they ultimately decided to retire Olympic, was because, like, they were having trouble with the lack of private baths. Oh yes, this is the Strauss suite. Okay, Alex. I was looking for the Strauss suite earlier. Okay, thank you, Alex. This is the Strauss suite. It's in the red Regent style, yes. I'm pretty sure I've seen pictures of this room. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Where to go next? Passengers are encouraged to enjoy the sea trial of Titanic Project 401. I'm enjoying it. Are you? Are you? Oh, but then, of course, we are... Oh, yes, we are on C deck. So, of course, we have access to the purser's office. Or the inquiry office. No, gone is the creepy purser face from Adventure Out of Time. Little room with all the postcards and mail to be processed. Desks. Oh, and there's a phone. And then, of course, the back office with a poster with a map of the demo. But then, of course, one of the new Adventure Out of Time references. Find owner of cufflink found in reception. And of course, they've removed the cufflink from reception. That was in Demo 3. A reference to Adventure Out of Time. But of course, this is cute. I like this. And of course, there's one more. Not a reference, but a little joke. Perishable cargo notes. There are simply too many potatoes. There should never be more than 3 potatoes in one place. There's an entire room on the ship with 40 tons. P.S. We seem to be missing 50 potatoes. And actually, I have discovered there are bags of potatoes in several cargo holds, which I think is their little Easter egg hunt for us to find all the potatoes. Another poster for Project 401. The much more depaid version of this demo with more space, with more gameplay features. See the passenger list. If you have a name, I can give you the cabin number. More stuff. Yeah, that's the purser's cabin, not cabin. Purser's office, inquiry office. Because I think there is kind of a difference, because one of these is the purser's office, and one of the other is the inquiry office. Yes. Because I think yes, this is kind of where Adventure Out of Time got their design of the purser's office window from. But then, of course, for passengers actually coming up with questions, this is where you'd go. I think. Where to next? We're on. Let's go down, because we have not been this way yet. To the reception room. Passengers are requested not to smoke in this room until after luncheon. So you could smoke, actually, in a non-smoking room. But, you know, this area is it's away from the cabins. And, you know, they request you do it after meals. Well, this room never gets old. It's quite nice. Let's see, and then, of course, I believe this is where it is believed that there was the infamous Bruce Ismay and Captain Smith conversation that Elizabeth Lyons overheard, where she overheard them talking about the ship's speed, which a lot of people kind of construed to mean that Ismay was being was telling Smith how fast to go and giving orders, essentially. Which is if you look at her testimony, it probably isn't so true, because all she said was she overheard them say, "We will get to we will beat Olympic and get to New York on Tuesday night. And I think, in my opinion, he's kind of just giving his, like he wasn't ordering Smith, we will get to New York on Tuesday night. He was stating a fact, like, oh, we are doing so well. Like, this is what will happen if we continue doing this. You know, which it can be kind of construed to be him overreaching a little. Because I don't think, you could argue that Smith might have been reticent to slow down if he's being, lavished with praise from his boss, saying like, oh, you're doing so well, Captain Smith. The ship is so amazing, and we're going to get to New York on Tuesday night. And he'd be like, yes, we will, Ismay. Sure. But who knows, really? I just don't think it was, as it is commonly portrayed, with Ismay demanding more speed. So I think they were already going as fast as they could. And so far, this is the only room. We're going into the dining room now. And this is the only room that makes my computer slow down. Look at that frame rate. Dear Lord. Okay, we can stop right here because I'm not going to move around. But actually, I believe I'm parked right where the famous Frank Brown photograph was taken, which is the only photograph of Titanic's dining room. Honestly, this room should have been now I'm thinking about it, this room should have been a loading zone on its own, because they already included it in they already made most of first class loading zone. I feel like people wouldn't, I feel like if they included, say they added the first class galley, which is not built yet, but like, if they had included that and then made that and the dining room its own little loading area, I feel like that would have improved performance, because this is loading both the dining room, which is huge, and the reception room, which is huge, and then off in the distance the grand staircase, which is huge. Like, I don't know. I'm just being an idiot. Actually, while I'm here, I want to say there's something around here. Now the frame rate improves. Oh, no, this door doesn't work either. Okay, I'm wrong. Oh, and of course, we have our stained glass windows, one of which is open, but of course we cannot get to. And our piano, which I believe has not been located on the wreck, to my knowledge. D-deck. While we're here, let's go. Oh, yes, here. The D-deck gangway grills. And these, I believe, were not discovered until, well, they didn't know what these looked like until they found them on the wreck. Because there were no photographs of this, which is why, actually, if you look at the James Cameron movie, you'll notice that in the scene in Cherbourg, when Molly Brown's coming aboard, it's all filmed like from this angle. Like, you don't see into over here. It's all like, and then in Cherbourg, we encountered Molly Brown, and she's walking in, Yeah. Because at the time, they didn't know what that looked like. And then, why are the lights off in this area? That's curious. Of course, this is where, what's-her-name's cabin is in Adventure Out of Time. Von Haderlitz's girl. I don't know. I forget many names. And before we head down to another area, porthole, and then of course to the squash court. Pretty sure this goes. Yes, this goes to the squash court. I'm right. Yes, the squash court. Anyway, and you're probably right, Alex, to show the lighting off, because this game does have quite amazing lighting. Oh, beautiful. Of course, this is where Frank Carlson fights Willy von Haderlitz in a fencing competition. They've opened it especially for him. Most irregular indeed. Another map. And I quite like, there's a gallery, you know, well, not a gallery, but like a viewing area, in case you wanted to stand around and watch them play squash. You know, while we're here, we'll check out the post office. And here's the post office. Letters, all to be sorted, all to be sent. Bags of mail, bags of mail. More bags of mail. Oh, and yes, I believe a little elevator, or maybe just a dumbwaiter, just to, you know, send things up and down. Well, I could have swore there was a way into the baggage room. Of course, this is all mail. Up and around. Oh yes, here we are. Here we are in the baggage compartment. Wait, is the car here? This isn't where the car is it? Oh man. Where's the damn car? Guys! Where's the car? Guys! Where is it? It's not in here. It's another cargo hold. God damn you. Why? Oh man. Okay. Okay, so we checked out. There's nothing there. Ah. The car is below this deck. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else accessible from this room, from these rooms. So I'm gonna head back up. And we've been streaming for 2.5 hours. Amazing. I'm all out of tea. How British of me. How un-British of me. Okay. We are back in first class, and I believe this goes back to the squash court. Okay. Then this staircase is kind of an access stairway, because down here is kind of the down here we have access to third class. Actually, we are hold on, over head aft. Actually, I'm curious where this goes. Give me a... Oh, because they don't have this corridor filled out, so this kind of would go this way, but it's not really there yet. Of course, we have this goddamn Vostok gate. Oh, hey, we're drowning down here. Let us up. But we can just go down this way. Oh, okay. But yeah, that's probably, but, well, you're kind of right, Alex. The car, the Renault 1911 model automobile, was in the lowest cargo hold, I believe, which was on the same deck as the boilers. But there is no access from the boilers to the cargo hold, even though they are on the same deck. That's the one thing the movie kind of got wrong, is that you could not access the cargo hold from the boilers. Let's see. Actually, I'm curious where this goes also. Because I want to say, okay, this leads us straight back to where we were earlier. All right, okay. I just wanted to kind of orient myself. You know, so Silkins, it probably was disassembled and put in boxes, but I would like to believe it was all in one piece, you know. Okay, so while we're here, I just want, so that was, okay, so I just need to make sure, okay, we're on D deck, and there's nothing else. Nothing here. Okay, we are. Okay. So we're gonna stay in first class, but we're gonna head aft. Oh, and yes, of course, Thomas Andrews' directions in the movie do not make sense, because go to the very bottom, go to the left. Bro, Tommy boy, there's a wall here. Oh, but of course now we are E-deck landing. Oh, and are there any cabins down here? Not accessible. Oh wait, yes. Ooh, here's an E-deck first class cabin, and, you know, this might be, someone pointed out earlier, Molly Brown's cabin was on E-deck, so this might have been it. I don't know. No, this is Molly Brown's room. Okay, thank you, Alex. Actually, There is a full-length mirror in here, so Jack could stand in view of it and go and have Molly Brown go, "You and my son are just the same size." She said she was in a brass bed. Okay, so where are we? E-deck. Now let's go. Is there anything? No, there's nothing here. And this is locker. So of course, naturally, we have to go down to the bath. Of course, I'm not going to go to the Turkish bath yet. We're going to go swimming. We're going to go swimming on the Titanic. And of course, we're going to go into the changing stall. You know, I like that this has not changed. Like this kind of thing of like, you have your public pool, you know. You want to change? There's a stall with a seat. You sit in the seat, and your wet little feet sit on the linoleum or the tile or whatever it is. You change into your bathing suit. You come out. You're freezing because you were just wearing clothes. And then you step into the pool. Like, that experience has not changed in 100 years. The public pool vacation experience. But of course, this would have been salt water. So that has changed. Now it's chlorine, fresh water. Such a refreshing dip. Come out of the water. Of course oh yes, and of course we have towels to dry off with. Or actually, or since we were just bathing in salt water, we take a shower. Actually, no. Shower water would have been salt water anyway, because fresh water would have been used for far more important things like drinking and whatnot. Because they only have a finite supply of it, whereas salt water can be pumped in from the outside. Or we might have just showered anyway, you know. Then we change in the stall. Or perhaps we go from here into, well, okay, there's nothing in there. Actually, engaged, vacant. This might have been like a little tiny bathroom or little private changing room. I don't know. Okay, then we might have gone from here, which, by the way, the swimming pool is completely closed off from in the wreck because the watertight door is closed right here, cutting it, and here, I think, yeah, and here, cutting it off. So until this area decays, we will not see the swimming pool, which, as the old joke goes, is still full of water. And of course, here's the electric bath, which, you know, I've always been kind of foggy on what this actually does, because it's been described as like a tanning bed, but, you know, from what I understand, it's kind of just a bunch of light bulbs, because they thought electricity had healing properties or something like that. I don't know. Again, I'm stupid. But, like, I don't actually know what this would do for you. And maybe it didn't do anything for you, and it was just, like, a novelty, but... yeah. And of course we can have a shower in here. I have no idea what this is for, actually. This might have been... for hanging clothes, I cannot be sure. Like, what does this actually do? Is it for steam? Is it just a washroom? But anyway, of course, this is, I'm reasonably sure this is the heating room, where you'd be all steamy and hot. Because then the other room that kind of everyone knows would be the temperate room or the cooling room. Like, I don't know. Because this would make sense to be the heating room because you have this little, like, sauna type area. But of course, these are all the Turkish baths, effectively. And this is the one everyone is kind of familiar with. And I believe this one has been viewed on the wreck, because the tiles are all still in place. At least last they checked. It's probably collapsed a little more since they saw it. You know what? That's enough of this area. I'm trying to think. Oh, right, we haven't been to the engine room. We're gonna have to do that. Because we are in close distance of Scotland Road. We might as well. Okay, we're on F deck actually. Let me just check to see if there's anything new here. No. Okay. To the engine room. Okay, we've been forward. We don't need to see that again. You know what? While we're passing through, take a nice little gander at the third class accommodations and third class dining room, because it is quite nice. And I like all the pictures of the ships. Although, like I said earlier in the stream, I'm not quite sure if White Star Line would have, you know, pictures of ships that were not theirs. But, you know, for all I know, those are all shipping lines owned by the Oceanic Steamship Navigation Company. So, you know, they might have just been advertising their other products. Oh, and of course, this leads back up to the boat deck, if you were so inclined. And then, nothing here. Did I pass by the engine room? No. Here it is, boys. And of course, it's not fully accessible, officially, because of the, these goddamn buckets. Oh wait, actually, oh, there's no door. Okay, that doesn't go anywhere. I was excited for it a second. But yes, we cannot go here or down here, but we can get a good look at the engine room. And of course, there's no sound, because sound is something we'll have to pay for in Project 401, along with nighttime and sunset. And well, yes, there's a plaque from Holland and Wolff. Titanic, Belfast. Well, I know we can go down. I just we can't go past here. The reciprocating engines. I've heard there's a glitch, but no one has explained it to me yet. So I'm going to just try. And we assume it's because of crouching. Because I've heard you can access the rest of it, but I don't know how. But either way, it's quite nice. Oh, and of course there's a bucket blocking our path. Come on. Hello. Okay. Try over here. No. No. Oh, at the very top, there's a small tool. You can okay. Thank you, Silkins. At the very top is a little tool bag. Okay, tool bag. Is that this one? No, that's a box. Those are buckets. When you say very top, at the here? Am I in the right place? Oh, I'm not in the right place. I'm gonna get this right. The right side, okay. The right starboard. That is the right side of the ship. It's not on the walkways. Oh. Oh, okay. Is this it? Oh, this is it. Oh. Okay. Oh. Yes, I'm doing it, Mr. Krabs. I'm doing it. Crouch and walk. Crouch and go forward. Going forward. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Why? Why me? Okay, I'm gonna get this right. I'm gonna get this right. Alexa, turn on all lights. At the left side of the thing. The left side. Oh, I did it! I did it! Oh, I made it! Oh, yes! I'm so excited. Oh, wait, no, I fell out of the ship! Oh no! Well, damn. That's my reward. God damn it. Well, okay. Let's quit. Back to main menu. Well, now you tell me. There, okay. You know what? I don't need to see the whole thing. I made the glitch work. We can move on. Oh, but of course, here we have the turbine room. Of course, it is inaccessible. But we can see it, and it is quite nice. And there's this room here, which I don't exactly know what it's for, but they have quite a lot of desk fans. And then nothing here. Then the second class. And of course, some bags of potatoes. Third class entrance. Well, one of them anyway. We keep going and going. Can't go down that way, but I have heard there is another cabin up here in the stern. I want to see if it is. Of course, there's some more potato bags, I believe. Another cabin. Oh wait, is this? Yes, another third class cabin. Oh, and this one gets the fancy linens. And it's only for 2 people. Amazing. Oh, and yes, I believe these ones could have, like, since these walls weren't built into the structure, you could, if, I believe these are convertible cabins, if they so chose. Like, if they wanted to convert this area into second class, they probably could. Because second class is right down that way. Oh, but of course we are now in the stern, which we can explore the upper decks of. Some areas are still blocked off. Anything here? No. And of course, this was one of the few interior areas accessible in Britannic patroness of the Mediterranean, because not any of these rooms. No, I mean in the exterior section. I mean, like, there are plenty of interior areas, but those were their own levels. What I mean is, in the exterior, you could go into this stairway, and that was it for interior spaces in an exterior build, because as Robin says, I'm surprised that they are able to accommodate both interior and exterior spaces within a single build. Which, of course, they said in a game that was, you know, one of its biggest controversies was the fact that you couldn't go access the interior areas and the exterior and the interior at the same time, which was, I don't know, stupid. Which I'm glad they kind of found a happy medium here, where the interiors are kind of divided into loading zones, rather than each one being its own zone. Anyway, third class smoking room. Quite nice. And of course the White Star Line is advertising the Red Star Line, because of course they are. You know, gotta keep it fair. I'd love to know what book this is. Because actually, if you zoom in, talking about New Jersey and Pennsylvania and Charles II and Delaware and, you know, Yeah. And of course, it's nice and smoky, and it's kind of like a. You can get cigarettes, and you can get beer, and that's good. That's good enough for them. But then, of course, right next door is the general room, which is kind of more for families in a way. And what's this door? This door is nothing. Okay. Piano, because of course, why not? I do quite like these benches. Now, I do know that in the 20s, the 20s to the 30s, Olympics, their class spaces were rebranded. Because, for one thing, the U.S. immigration laws changed, so there weren't many people allowed over. No, I guess I shouldn't say allowed, because I don't know for sure, but there weren't as many, is all I'll say. And so they had to rebrand it as more of a low-budget tourist thing. So, instead of being plain, they added flowers and, nicer chairs that weren't just hardwood, Excuse me. Oh, but then we exit onto the well deck. The well deck. The well deck. I quite like this is not the well deck, this is the poop deck. I'm sorry. That is the well deck. This is the poop deck. And we go up onto the docking bridge, which is where you can send commands to the bridge. Because during docking, you need all eyes everywhere. And they can't see what you can see back here. So you can signal on your telegraph, slack away starboard, let go all tugs, let go all aft, etc. And then you can kind of, this doesn't control anything, it just kind of suggests to the bridge, where they think, what they think you should do. Let's see, then back here is, of course, the British naval ensign, and the spot where Rose de Whitbicator stood off the ship. Don't go any closer. I'll let go. Well, I don't want to get any near you, but you're the one hanging off of the ship, miss. Oh, and of course, this is where Chief Baker Charles Jahan, is that his name? Stood on the back of the ship and rode it down like an elevator. Okay, well, let's use this opportunity to make sure that there's nothing else here. Okay, we're going to go to second class. Okay. And second class had 2 staircases. They had this one. Actually, in second class is my favorite because, it's not so hitting you over the head with grandiose. It's kind of just like, what if wood was, like, English oak. We quite like the look of this. I don't know if it's English oak. It might be teak. Who knows? But what if it was all wood? Whereas, like, third class, it's like, what if it was all white? And let's see, then we are... Okay, this is B deck for second class. And this staircase only goes up to B deck. Then the other one goes up to boat deck. Okay. Let's start... Yeah, let's start here. Second class dining room. Of course, we have the pineapple, which is a symbol of hospitality. The piano, for, because I believe second class had church services in here. And then, we have the other staircase. Oh, and of course, divine service is held in the saloon on Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Another Project 401 poster. D-deck. Okay. Actually, and I don't think these doors do anything. Okay. They do not. Oh, but I do quite like this room. It's quite nice. And of course, here's the second class elevator, which we can go down, down, down. And this, of course, leads to third class. Of course, we cannot go this way because it is roped off. And I'm pretty sure this is the second class purser's office. Yes. Oh, no silicons. I'll check that out in a second. Yes, this is... Yeah, this is the second... I'm reasonably sure this is the second class purser's office. Sir, there's a riot at the second class purser's office. I don't know if that's not the exact line, but it's close. And this... oh, this is a bulkhead. Okay. Let's check that out, Silkins. Is it Silkins or Silkins? Okay, you say in the lavatory in Scotland Road, so forward. Oh wait, while we're here, I believe this is for the engineers. Yes, engineers mess hall. Quite nice. Very nice. Okay, where are we? Nothing down there. Okay. Okay, in the lavatory. In the lavatory, in the steward's lavvy. Let's go, baby. Not that one. Not that one. You know, I'll have to check on that, Alex, if there are second class accommodations open. Not this door. To the ash place. Yes. Oh, this is... Oh, this is cool. Thanks for recommending this. Oh, yes. Because, of course, this is where the, I guess the ash gets filtered out from the, boiler rooms. That is funny. That is funny. Oh yes, because yes, it would have been lowered onto here and yes, sent out through there. Amazing. Can we get up? Come on. Come on, baby. Let's go. Oh, and yes. Oh wait, actually, yeah, this leads back into the ash. Oh, that's so cool. I was wondering where that went. Now I just learned. Oh, amazing. Oh, and of course you'll notice I'm wearing my Titanic shirt in honor of my live stream. Okay, so where were we? We were in second class. Okay. I'm gonna check to see if there are any cabins. I want to say there aren't because I haven't seen any pictures of any. But don't quote me on that yet. Second class. I live in New York, if you can't hear. Okay, let's look for some cabins. Okay, so we can kind of see the second class purser kind of has his cabin in his office. It would appear. So let's try. So that's kind of one example ish. So okay, so second class dining room. Okay, let's head up. Okay. Second class elevator. Very nice. Give James a visit. What do you mean by that, Silkins? Oh, right, New York. I assume he lives in New York. Is that what you're referencing, what I just said? Anyway, second class library. And oh, they have a different book texture from the first class lounge. That's nice. Oh, and this room is very nice. I quite like the green and the chess boards and the wine. Very nice indeed. Okay, let's head back to the forward staircase. I do hope in the full Project 401 they make the elevators actually like do things. Of course, my belief, I guess. I wish because they have those skip points where you can kind of skip ahead to another part of the ship and skip backwards in a way that makes sense. I wish they could have made the elevators like that, where you could just go to the elevator, fast travel up and down. But even if it was just on E deck, you would go up to A deck, that kind of thing. Okay, now we are in. Oh yes, the second class smoke room. This one, it's kind of, honestly, this is my least favorite one. Honestly, it doesn't really hit as hard. It's kind of just, it feels like it's we kind of took the lounge in second class, and I don't know, gave it leather chairs and made it a little brighter, I guess, and no more books. There, it's it doesn't feel so unique. I like the first class library a bit better. And the second class library, I mean. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's not so. The second class is my favorite of the classes, so I don't know what's going on there. But then, of course, we can go out onto B deck. And, of course, this would lead back to the Cafe Parisienne. And this would lead over here, where we just were. Okay, so let's head up. And, of course, A deck is inaccessible to second class, so we just have to walk some more floors up. And we reach the boat deck, which I believe is the only the second class elevator is the only elevator that leads up to boat deck, whereas first class only went up to A deck. Okay, is there anything else that I have missed? Okay, actually, there is something I know. Yes, crew companionway, crew companionway. I saw this the other night. Oh, amazing. Oh, yes. This doesn't go anywhere. Okay. Crew companion. Actually, I think this would have gone into the a la carte restaurant galley. I'm pretty sure. And down into this little back area. You know, we have the linens, and we have more linens, knacks for Rose to cut Jack out of. Okay, this goes back to the aft grand staircase. How? Right, I knew that. I found that out last night. I missed it earlier. Okay, I think I might call it a stream soon, but I'm gonna take a gander around the ship one more time. Okay, that's the linen drying room. Okay, actually, let's go forward just a bit, because I remember there being something I was interested in. See if it made it in. Oh, you saw that one? Oh, and nothing open here. Nothing open here. There's C deck. Oh, and yes, I knew about this hall. Yeah, this hallway. That's the telephone. Yeah, this is where I was looking for the telephone exchange. The pantry, not pantry, I guess. What do you call the pantry? Kitchenette, something like that. Well, I guess those 3 rooms. 3, I say. I say 3, but there are only 2 open. And then there's like a hallway that goes straight across to keep the servants out of sight. I want to see, are there any others like that? This is kind of a quirk of White Star design. No, it is not. Excuse me. Back to B deck. Of course, we cannot access forward B deck. Oh, but we can go inside the elevator. And we can see up into the elevator shaft. Amazing. Went to the aft grand staircase. Back to C deck. Checked out all of second class. Went through all the crew spaces, all the lower deck area. Actually, you know, we'll close the stream with my attempt, with a final attempt to access the engine room without falling out of the ship. That's what we'll do. Not the engine room quite yet. Yeah, I'm not going up against the walls. Okay, Here we are. Okay, 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 okay. I did it. And I can go straight through the engines. Oh, but I can't. Hold on. Can I... Oh, wait, I fell too far down. God damn it. There's no jump button. God. No. No. Not again. Well, now I'm just stuck. You know what? I'm gonna try again. I'm trying again. Yeah, I know. Explore. Third class. Board. We're doing this right. God damn it. I want to do this once. Okay. Okay, where are we? Okay, we're just... Okay. Turbine room. Engine room. I'm gonna do this. You're gonna watch. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, I'm on the engine. Okay, and... I did it. I did it. I can't believe I did it. Oh, yeah. Okay, and now we move carefully and steadily into the main engine room area. And yes, we did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. I made it into the engine room. Yes. Yes, we did it. Screenshot it. Also, even though the game isn't on Steam, if you have a Steam account and you have the Steam app, you can add non-Steam games to your Steam account, which is amazing. Just putting that out there. Also, no. Oh, and I fell again. Okay. Okay, these stairs don't work. Pro tip, these stairs do not work. But you know what? I get to live amongst the engines. And I think that's a good place to end the live stream. I hope you all had a good time. I know I did. And you know, who knows, maybe I'll stream like this again in the future. Who knows? I hope you all have a good night. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all get to play this game yourself. And if not, I hope you got to live vicariously through me. And with that, we will call it a live stream. This is CaptainJZH saying goodbye. Salute.